Peterborough is actually a great place to experiment and trial some innovative solution about data because we have a strong digital agenda. What we really want to do with this challenge is a full understanding of the opportunities and gaps that actually arise in the sharing economy at a city level. All the data that are generated all across the city by various stakeholders, not only obviously city councils that do generate a lot of data, but all of the stakeholders do generate a lot of data. How can we make sense of them? Having a better understanding, really, of what's happening in our city, analyze them in a way that enable us to visualize, really, the opportunity and gaps from the sharing economy perspective.
Peterborough is one of the fastest growing cities in the UK, and that's great, but it brings a lot of challenges. So things like health, social care, infrastructure, transport, etc. So a lot of this data that we're collecting is really important in terms of driving decisions and moving forward. The university, in conjunction with Peterborough, have done quite a lot of stuff around open data, pulling this data together, but we really want to take that to a new level now. We'd like that data to be much more real time. We'd like that to drive real decisions that make a real impact on people's lives. So I'm really interested in things like how can we use that data to optimise the local economy? How can we take waste out of the economy? How can we use it to actually optimise things like infrastructure and transport? And really turn this into news and information that people can use.
And we're going to develop actually in March or April for the launch a Share Peterborough platform, and that's really dedicated to the sharing economy, and it will help businesses all across the city to actually understand what it is that they need, what it is that they can share, all the underused assets, products, but also places and people in terms of training, collective procurement. All of these various aspects do not necessarily talk to each other, they are not necessarily linked to each other as the various amount of data that the city generates in various pockets of area. So really what we're looking for is for an innovative solution that helps us make sense of all that we're doing and give a bit of harmony maybe to it, or just a clearer understanding of what can be done to help us make the right decision, to really help us provide better services for our residents and our businesses.
So I think we've got a lot of people who can provide expertise and advice to the winner, and that expertise is not just technical stuff, but we've got a lot of experience of working with entrepreneurs over many years as well. In fact, I've got a background in industry, and I'm really keen to see this as a real leg up for entrepreneurs and new businesses who want to make a difference in this space.
And what we're really looking forward from innovator, young SMEs or startups, and really the digital community to bring a new pair of eyes, really a new way of looking at what we're doing and help us take the right substance of it and just make it in a better, understandable format.
How do we turn this around and actually get some great decision making out of this information? How do we capitalise on it and exploit that? And I think this needs the entrepreneurial approach. You know, these need to be sustainable business models. There's some money on the table here for new entrepreneurs, but we need to see business models that are sustainable in the long term. Things that are going to make a real difference and actually pay for themselves and benefit the city in the long term as well.
What I think would be really useful for us as local authorities is to have an innovation that is really holistic, that really takes the helicopter view and don't focus on only 3 or 4 type of available data sets, but actually try to incorporate as much as possible so we can really layer them in a way that, a whole new map will come up that we hadn't seen before.
I'm particularly interested in some of the data aspects associated with this, big data and real-time data, and I'm keen to see what people come up with there. I also want to put a team together here. I think we've got some great academics. We've got this city that's really keen to try out new ideas, and this needs the economic spark now, the entrepreneurial piece that takes this forward. And I don't think that necessarily has to be a traditional digital company either. I think we're after all kinds of creative and innovative ideas. We've got lots of technology that we can plug into this and help with, but actually this is about applications that make a difference.